for being here, and we're going to keep our fingers crossed. So,
Yes.
Mark, tell us what you told me earlier, because I think that's a big deal about the energies and what we're dealing with here, because I think a lot of people are dealing with the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly what I told you, but yeah, I think, what I'm noticing is, and what Spirit's been telling me,
Yeah.
and plus, well, let me say this. I said this to Aley. Just since January 1st,
Mm-hmm.
I've already really felt like this energy. It's like a real push-pull kind of. You go
Yeah.
forward, you go back, you go forward. It's like that. It's sort of like a need to try to stay grounded. And
Mm-hmm.
as we build this foundation for the new world that we're moving into, because it is kind of a foundational time. I was listening to a numerology person I never listened to before, but I listened this week, and
Mm-hmm.
they were talking about that. This year is a 22-4, which is my personal life path as well. 22-4, oh joy! But it's the earth, and that's when you build a new found. I've always been a foundation builder. Not my
Yeah.
favorite, really,
Yeah.
because in that job you usually build them, then you move on. So you don't really get to, in my experience, I didn't get to hang out with the lovely new thing I spent building. I had to move on to the next one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a little of that going on where we're trying to ground it into the earth so that the new world has a really strong foundation. I call it of love, God,
Mm-hmm.
source.
Mm-hmm.
And, but, and, that also means old foundations have to be cleared out and moved out. And, I checked in a couple times this week just about, well, what's coming up this year? And it is that, and that
Mm-hmm.
we're going to be watching, I think, big old foundations just crashing in front of our face. And it was funny, I was channeling Dwell Cool, and he said, this is the way you'll look during this year. Like, right off.
Saucer eyes. So
Yeah. I know there's going to be some stuff, but that was a little,
yeah.
eyebrow. So, but,
Yeah.
I think we're
Yeah.
just in for a lot of
Sure. Yeah.
kind of a
I
rocky.
agree.
It was
I
pretty
totally
rocky
agree with
last
you.
year, but I think it might be a little, but I also think we're getting to that good spot, to the nice,
Right.
that.
In other words, we're cleaning out the muck because we have to make it clear for this new thing to be built. But
Yeah.
that part of it is a mess. So yeah, I get it.
And I
Yeah.
just have, keep constantly being canceled to trust that it is the divine plan, God's plan, and that's what's going to be created.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Heck or high water, that's what's going to happen. And
Right.
we're moving right along through it. Mother Earth's doing it. We're a part of that. So are we. We have, if we're going to stay here, we have to kind of move.
Right.
So,
Right.
and I think we
Yeah.
came here on purpose to help
I
assist.
agree. I agree.
Yep.
And Diana, what kind of things would you like to share if you would like to share anything about what's going on? Because I think we're all kind of discombobulated in some way. Yeah.
So I felt 2 earthquakes today, and one of them was shortly after I sat down in this chair to sign on with you. The whole chair rocked if somebody stood behind me and pushed it. So I don't know where it was, but it shook me, pushed me left to right.
Okay.
And so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
And then yesterday, we had a solar storm hit from the X flares that came up the day before.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it was 4:00. That was it. I suddenly was cramping up again and had to sit on the couch, fell asleep for an hour and a half. I mean, it was just, and everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, boom. So those of us, especially who have identified autoimmune diseases, feel this more because the sun triggers those diseases to begin with. Sure. And when that plasma comes firing out of there, there's more radiation, and it just wallops.
Thank you for saying that, because I'm aching all over. I told Mark I walked outside to do something and came back. I felt like I'd shoveled the driveway. That's how tired I was. and I have fibro, and of course my diabetes.
yeah.
So that makes sense.
Sure.
I can deal with that because I know what it is.
Right.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Mark, astrologically, you're right about that push-pull, because we just had Mercury go out of retrograde. He's still in his shadow phase, but he's still in Sagittarius. And we have Mars at 0 degrees of Capricorn. So he's at a critical point. He wants to leap forward. Mercury hasn't quite caught up to him yet. But when we get to the 8th or 9th of this of next
it's going to be better. Oh, good.
It'll be better because they're going to be in Capricorn together, and Mercury will be at 8 degrees and Mars will be at 9 or 7 and 8. And so then we're going to start.
There'll be some equality. Yeah. Good balance.
That doesn't mean the rest of the month isn't going to be lumpy, but
yeah,
I know.
Well, you know, too, and the big earthquake in Japan on New Year's Day, I just, Pan said, well, it's kind of a sign of what the energy is going to be like. It was like almost, it's sort of the perfect demonstration of the year to come, kind of. It's like, and then, it was tsunami too. So I keep hearing a lot about the water, the water.
Mm-hmm.
And like, even if it's combined with earth, like an earthquake, or fire, like a volcano, or air, like a hurricane, water tends to be involved a lot with the the changes in this year. So I don't know. That just, it was almost like, it's not so surprising that on January 1st there was a big 7.6 earthquake in Japan.
Two of them.
Yeah.
2 of them, because it came later in the morning too.
Yeah.
Can I quickly show one of my dreams but save the rest of it for tomorrow or for next Tuesday?
Sure, if you feel
okay. So
oh my,
that's when the passenger plane collided with the Coast Guard plane on the runway, right?
Right.
Everybody got off except for some personnel who perished.
Yeah.
On the 28th, that's part of my dream.
Oh my. Wow. Okay.
I had this dream on December 28th.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't find the other image that completes that. Oh, yeah, here it is. And also in that video with the collided planes, they show how people are living in a greenhouse. And part of my dream was them folding clothes and putting it in a rustic situation. It's hard to see here, but there's vines growing all around. And also on the 28th, in this woman's head, there's a ruby bindi.
Oh, that we talked about.
And you remember how we were talking about that Tuesday night?
Yes. Okay. Oh, wow.
And it wasn't until I saw that
gifts
video
are coming.
put all of that
together.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we'll talk about that Tuesday.
Okay. But we have a lot of people opening up. I've heard a lot of people say that they're seeing things more, they're dreaming things more. So we're having
feel that my own sense of all that is really expanding or something.
Yeah.
Like a friend of mine's mom was sick over the holidays, and she went back in the hospital, and I just felt like, she's ready to go. And then while I was on the Zoom call, we got the message that she passed. But, I just keep getting that kind of thing where it's a very strong hit. And then I'm not a bit surprised when it comes through, because I go, I already got that like a few minutes ago, which is different. Right. It's a lot stronger than it used to be.
And faster, like you say. Yes, faster.
And clearer. Like that.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you both. Yeah. Thank you both for that insight. That's wonderful. So let's say hello to a few people, and then we will take questions. So Lisa's here, Ness is here. It's good to see you, Craig Dixon.
Craig.
And let's see, we had Oilpainter here, but she's on the show now. We have Mousy. We have Hypnicity here, and Viviani, Jill. Let's see, Lisa Foster, Annie Bear. Good to see you, honey. Sonia Pinola, Starhawk, Kimberly Night Night, Willow Love,
Love that.
Wiki. My goodness,
Wiki,
we got a lot of
Wiki.
folks here. Yep, Wiki.
Yay.
Sherry's here. Hi, Sherry. Jazz is here. Book is here. Wow, Eliza. And so forth. I probably would take half an hour, to list all of you, but we love you dearly. And those of you who were on with me this morning, I wasn't able to finish my show, and there were a lot of people that had questions I could not answer. And my apologies to you. We'll try to answer some of them today if we can. Put up with us. Let us know if there's any problems that you see that we don't in the chat, if you wouldn't mind. And thanks to those on Mark's channel as well for being here today. Hi, Mary Thornberry. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Juno. And Gina is here, and Kelly is here.
Gina.
Wow. Thank you. And Laura. Oh, thank you so very much all for being here. And I'm hoping that, fingers crossed, we'll be able to follow through here. So let's start. Hi, Carolyn and Peter, or should I say Sir Patrick?
Callie.
Yeah. All right, so hypnicity, I was told I was a male scribe for Madame Blavatsky in a former life. Does she have a message for me? Oh, that's interesting. Hi, Anne.
Why do you think you're the bard you are? Of course you were my scribe.
Madame Blavatsky's got really big energy. Woo! Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yes, Ness, I got it. For some reason it went away, but I got it now. Thank you. Sometimes if you put it on too early, it dumps it. So this is what I get for you, Hypnicity. You were very conscientious. You did everything I asked you to do. You cleaned up all my messes. There's nothing better than having somebody you can depend upon. She said, I wouldn't have been able to survive without having you at my side. So that's wonderful. And she said, guess what? I'm around you all the time. You just don't see me. I'm like a lampshade. I'm invisible. So anytime you need me, you can call on me. You could call on me and I'll see if I can help you out. That's what I do. Yeah.
Let me see here.
Hi, Gerald. All right.
Oh, great. Here goes the phone.
She wants to say thank you for your patience with her.
Yes. You won the lottery, Mark, so you don't have to do this anymore.
It's probably Medicare, Hi. Would you like to take your Medicare? Well, it's interesting because Madame Blavatsky was a channel for Dwal Cool, which I am as well. So there is that weird connection that I'm all of a sudden feeling. She brought through a lot of like esoteric kind of info before anybody else did, but she brought quite a bit through. And I hear Dwal saying he worked with her. I feel like she wasn't the easiest person to work with, it feels to me like. And that she may not have, no, I don't think you remember this because it was in another life, but she may not have been like the most sweetest person to you. Like, I feel like she was a little gruff or.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
And part of it was about language too, or, not understanding or feeling lost. But I do feel like you did do that for her for a period of time. I don't think you were the only one, but I do think you were one. You may not have done it to the end of your life, though. You may have left or something. I'm feeling like. Oh, yeah,
So-
I've been into the yeah. In this
Yeah.
lifetime too. Yeah, that's why though. Yeah, so
Mhm.
she
Yeah,
is
I think you.
appreciative
Yeah.
of your assistance. I also
Yeah.
feel like she's kind of apologizing. I don't know, am I crazy? A little bit for being a little gruff or something, or not appreciating you as much as she might have, maybe.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
totally agree. That was
Yeah.
definitely what I picked up on. In case you didn't hear me correctly, Nalani, she said, how do you think you are the bard you are today? Which is a gruff
Uh-huh.
opening to begin with. Of course, you were my scribe.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the praying mantis. So, yeah.
She's very sensitive. Nalani is very sensitive in this life, and it's probably because she had to deal with working for sort of a bitch, it sounds like.
You had that
Yeah.
reputation.
Wow. Well, that's very cool. Thank you so very much. Carolyn wants to know if you found something on your doorstep today, Diana.
Who wants to ask? Who's asking me?
Carolyn.
I found something. Well, you know what? I haven't looked at the front porch.
Okay, so afterwards you need to go look. Okay.
I will, and
All right.
I'll let you know, Carolyn.
So Ness actually asked this question about the energy experiences. And actually, Anne has a question in here about the energy experiences that we sort of addressed in the beginning, but it's at night. People are saying they can't sleep. There's like a jolt of energy moving through them. Is this part of what we've been talking about, the push-pull, Mark and Diana? Do you think?
It happened to me last night too. I
didn't sleep well.
No, and I went to bed and tossed and turned for 2 hours, and I was falling asleep on the couch.
Okay.
So it is. These energies are very difficult to cope with because that push and pull Mark was referring to is all a part of it.
Yeah.
When you watch those videos that are posted by several different sites of the plasma, when it pops off, it goes boom, and then it goes bam, and then it goes as it floats down.
Yeah.
It's a plasma. It's not,
It's like a Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
The plasma from the Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
How about you, Mark? What do you want to say, honey?
Well, just that I also hear like nothing's quite fitting patterns like it normally would. So the seasons are confused about what season are we doing now? Is this winter?
Yeah.
Is it spring? Is it? And also, what was up is now down. What's down is up. There's a lot of that flippity flop. So when you normally be sleeping, now you're awake. When you normally be awake, now you're asleep.
Now you're tired.
Like,
yeah.
all of a sudden, I just need to take a nap, and I don't know why, but I'm going to have one. And like yesterday,
and it isn't because we're old. It's just because it is the way it is.
I just woke up and I need a nap.
Right.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I just was like in the midst of doing not anything rigorous, like a little craft thing, but I just had to stop and just sit still.
Yeah.
Like I was tired, but I was almost too tired to move out of that position or to lay down. I was just going to just stop, sit here, gather myself, and then it was quite a long few minutes. I was going, well, what the? And then I finally got a little more energy, but then I did finally lay down. But it was the weird part was going, I'm just going to sit here like a weird zombie for a minute. I don't know. It was very weird. But that's that energy. I don't normally do that,
Right.
And so I think and I keep hearing from all the people and all the comments in the chats that everybody's having weird, similar kind of things. And and of course, Spirit tells me it is related to that. And that kind of mouth open that Wall Cool is talking about. I kind of get that. It's what is happening. Here's another thing. This is a brand new thing. So it's not really happened before exactly like this. This vibrational change, and so it don't. It's hard to predict.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
one to the next about how it's going to pan out because it's a brand new thing, and so it doesn't really fit pictures and patterns that we're used to, I don't think. And the weather has been trying, in a way, preparing us for that, because for a while now the weather patterns have been so odd. If you're connected to that, you really
Yeah.
notice it. So I don't know, I think all that, and the sleep
Yes.
cycle thing is another one. I almost can't go to sleep anymore unless I have to keep putting a rain
Oh yeah. Okay.
policy rain on the
Noise. Yeah.
YouTube,
On the white
and,
noise. Yeah.
and then I can just go right to sleep. But otherwise, I don't know if I could. And that'll be like at 3 a.m, where I
Well, you've
finally
been trying to do it. Yeah. Yeah.
can I
I
just
agree.
go to sleep now? So then I'll put that on and I'll just go and then crash out. So I don't know what's happening.
Well, and I usually listen to it, and I had to shut it off last night.
See, so yeah, so back.
Yeah.
We don't know what
And I can't listen to it because I usually listen to it. But I'm having internet problems. So I know that all of these things are connected, and all of us are connected. And so we are all, but it says here, this is what's, and this is what Mark had said, you got to tear it down to bring it up. It's all working on us for our own well-being. It's just that we don't, we're like, take an aspirin to make it go away. We want fast results, and it's not ready to make fast results for us. But I want you to know you are not alone. And yeah, actually, Carolyn says that for the first time she woke up with no pain or stiffness. And so she, but she's always in pain. I find that to be interesting, that, that people that,
what is up is down, what's down is up. It's like the opposite. It's opposite days or something.
Absolutely right. Yeah, it is absolutely weird.
And I had several days like that, but when those things hit, boom, then I can't move again.
Yep. Andrew says he was sleeping all day and staying up all night, and he woke up at 7 p.m. Not a typo. He's in Berlin. So, so it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
It's time to come and see us.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to mention, Gerald mentioned this on his show about Deb Hanvey.
Yes.
Purple Elephant. Is in the hospital. She has cancer. She's going through treatment there. She's been there since the 1st of December, around that time. So I just want to send out love to her and healing energy for wherever she could use it. And I've been trying to do that. It's not a secret now because Gerald has shared it. She has given him that. And so I would never say anything unless I knew that everybody else.
And we need to send some energy and love and light to Angela also, because she's
her
going
very
through this with her.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. All right. So hi, Wayne. How are you? Leah, I see you here too. Everybody, I'm not ignoring you. Rose Blue, we're so happy you're here. Thank you for being here, everybody. Yeah. So let's go ahead and go on here. Sonia Pinola lost her sister. She just passed. All right. So we can try to, what's her first name, sweetheart?
Please.
Give us Sonia's first name. I'm hearing of this as well. A good friend of Diana and mine lost her dad. There are other people out there that I'm hearing, so there's just all these changes, all these transformations. And according to something I read, we got the ascension downloads. Now we got to make them fit in our DNA. And that might be part of it. Yeah.
Sid must be her sister. Sydney?
Sydney? Okay.
Maybe.
All right. I'm trying to find all right. Yes, love to Deb H. Absolutely.
Oh, her name is Sid.
Her name is Sid. Okay. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, it says it right there. Duh. I am so sorry. It's been a day, I tell you. You have it right there. Okay. Does your sister have a message? We can try. Sometimes they're kind of busy for the first few days, but I want to give you my condolences, Sonia.
Yes, me too, sweetie.
It's like she's in a field of she's I'm going to call it a church. She's in a cathedral being initiated.
Oh,
So she's
okay.
in a state of silence right now. Even though she's busy doing other things, she's busy training for what she's about to do for her next job. And
Which
I
makes
think you
sense.
can, you can expect to hear from her, but not, not immediately. But
Right.
2-3 weeks.
Okay. Oh. Oh, I get the same thing. First card I get is, it seems though she's quite optimistic, and so she's over there, and it's like, wow, this is kind of a cool place to be, and so she's, like Diana said, she's in this room, she's working on some stuff, because she has some big questions about religion. I think when you get up there, everything sort of is different than you thought it was. I don't know. But yes, she's disconnected right now, as Diana said. So just give her a few more weeks, and maybe we'll be able to get more from her. Unless she wants to talk to Mark. She might think he's kind of cute. So maybe she will.
Normally they'll need a little bit longer than a couple
Yeah.
days. But I always look just in case one doesn't. But this is what she's saying to me, kind of the same thing you guys are getting. First of all, she just wants to tell you, well, I made it to the other side, heaven. Like it was kind of like what you are, in that field, or this. They gave me the 9 of Pentacles, but it's like you have everything. It's like a land of plenty, all you need. So I think that's why they gave me this card, and she likes it. She wants to say, I went to heaven, is what I'm going to say. But right now, she's still getting, so she's made the cross, but she's still, what is that word? Getting acclimated. Yeah. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Acclimated, right?
Acclimated.
Yeah. To the idea of dying in the first place, the 10 of Swords, and that she's still looking at the grief, the others that she left, like she's looking down at this grief of leaving. And so she's still trying to adjust to, I lost my physical body. My family's missing me. I'm missing my family. There's that. So I'm not quite acclimated, or I haven't quite made it through. But I look to visiting you, though. This is the 4 of Wands. And that's a lot of times at home, happy home, a visitor at home, a newcomer.
Yeah.
So it looks like she would like to visit you once she gets settled, but it's a little soon, I feel like. She does. She's like trying to take it all in.
Yeah. That's what we were getting. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Calm but complicated. And taking it all in.
Yeah.
That's some vacation.
Yeah.
So
yeah, a lot of things you got to see and learn and find out about, and I imagine it's overwhelming, but in a good way, don't you?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. I see a lot of white and candle glowing. So
yeah, and even in that idea of, I'm on the other realm, and that feels good, and I've returned to source. But then you have to kind of go back and go, but what happened exactly? You know what I mean? So I kind of like that she showed both of us this idea of, it's beautiful here and all that, but I'm not quite adjusted.
Yeah, it takes. I would imagine it's like us right now. What we're talking about, we're not adjusted yet. Yeah, whatever it is that we're not adjusted to. All right, so Annie, I did find your answer. Is there a hollow bone story in the Akashic Record Library with my name on it? I'm not being a fathead. I'm just following intuition.
I love you, Annie.
A hollow bone story.
Use a pendulum on that one. Where's my pendulum?
So I pulled a card that is Archangel Uriel, and it's gold. It's surrounded by gold, and it says passion, epiphany, driven entrepreneur. So I think it is an epiphany for you. And Uriel is saying, yep, look, he's checking his list. He's not Santa, but he's looking at the Akash and he's saying, yeah, you got it right. That's what I get. Anyway, thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay. I got transformation. Yes, there is. It's magical, and the information's going to come your way. Keep following your intuition. What I love is I have an elemental with wings. You had the angel with wings, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're also saying, don't stay stuck on is there, isn't there. Go forward, because of course there is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. All right.
I don't know. I'm getting I don't know if I'm very clear on this one. Well, my pendulum said no. But what does it mean? No. It seems like there's something about the wording. It's not like, because I feel like it is connected to you and your, I don't know what a hollow bone story is, but that does seem to resonate with you. And with sort of an ancestor kind of energy. But I don't know. There's something about, let me ask it one more time. Is there a hollow bone story in the Akashic Library with Annie Bear's name on it?
It's a.
Well, now it's kind of going the other way. So.
Yeah,
go ahead.
She was asking, are there hollow bone stories? Very interesting.
Right.
So my feeling is that when you're talking about it, that what you're talking about is a bone that the marrow has been taken out of. Is that the hollow bone? I don't know.
It's a Lakota term that's used for a medicine man, medicine woman.
Okay, great. Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Great.
Yep. That makes
I
sense.
think that's true, but there was something weird about the question. Or maybe it's about
the way it was worded, yeah.
And plus, I don't think you have to go to the Akashic records to access this information. I feel like, yeah, it might be there, but you can get it without going there in a way. I mean, I think you could, but I don't know. I feel like you can access it just through like your ancestors or something. Okay.
She's very connected to nature as well, so she may be able to connect while she's out walking. So thank you, Annie. I'm glad I could find it. All right. So let's go to Viviani wanting to know what her spirit team wants you to know. I think they want you to know that you're a fabulous Akashic record reader. How about that? But let me pull some cards.
Yeah. Team Viviani.
All right, let's see. Oh my goodness. Look at this. This child could be you. It's a blessing in disguise, it says. In other words, the balloon popped and the kid, is hoping for the balloon, and now the balloon is popped, but look at all the confetti that's raining down. And so the child is saying a revelation came through, to trust it. It's a lot of significance. You may have felt it to be a surprise when it opened for you, but they're saying it was very important and your work is very important. That's what I'm getting.
I have leaps and bounds. Keep nurturing yourself, going forward in leaps and bounds. A kangaroo cannot go backwards. And then the next card is the raven.
Oh.
So, yes, keep working the way you're working. You yourself are a master at shape-shifting.
Yeah. And she's saying that today that the time has been very wonky for her, like the last 2 hours. Yeah.
Sure. You still feel like a baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't worry about
Okay.
that. We'll
Yeah.
all nurture you if you feel that way, really.
And you know, Viviani, the guides always kind of harp on you through me. They always kind of tell you the same things a lot of the time when you ask a question with me. So they're kind of doing it a little bit again. It's sort of a little, they're teasing you a little about it. So it's not, you're going to go, well, every time Mark always tells me this.
Uh-huh.
The first thing they want to say is, sweetie pie, the decision has been made, and stop questioning it, and that you're moving forward. They got your dedication, they got your request, and we're moving forward. And
Kangaroo.
yep.
Hey.
And I was expecting that. And they give you here. So that was the Two of Swords they were showing me, but it's kind of like, don't even question anymore which direction to go. There's just the one direction. You're going. We're on it. We're doing it. And you're doing, every time they tell you, we like what you're doing. So now you get the Queen of Cups. So you're centered, your intention's pure. So, it's based on love. And they think you're doing pretty good from where you are because where you are now, you're leaving familiar territory behind and moving forward into a new whole even world. This is the Eight of Wands, but because I don't always, it's a little raccoon. I don't always read because of the exact meaning of the cards, but for this, it just shows me you're way on there you go. You're already on the path, far away. You've kind of left back stuff that's familiar, and sometimes it does feel unfamiliar, and you're going, "Wait a minute, am I still on the path, or am I losing it here?" So
Yep.
Well,
they're chuckling a little because they kind of like to tell you that every time that, oh no, you're on the path.
Mark, honest to God, and I didn't say it because Viviani, what do I always tell you? There's this pink and gold dining room that is glittering, and you are the one putting on the party. You get this card with the confetti on it. You're talking about forward movement. I got a kangaroo. So it's like,
yeah, looks pretty good.
And I too repeat the same message to her because that's the very first thing that the masters send out is, here's that pink and gold dining room again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that means that you're just you're right on the path. You're doing good.
The Raven shapeshifter, you got this.
Yep.
We've got some new people that I'm going to bring up in a minute. But let's go ahead and do Leah. She wonders if her third eye will develop. I think everybody's will. Once we get rid of that little, it's funny. I used to hear in my mind when my third eye was busy, whoosh, whoosh, like the door was opening and shutting.
Or windshield wipers.
Windshield wipers. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, yours will develop further. I think, as far as I understand, unless you're willfully refusing it, everybody's will. Now, you can willfully say, I don't want to stop or whatever, because you still have free will choice. But if you're open and it's going to just keep it going. I know this. I feel this with all my heart. But everybody's third eye,
Yep. Standing in gratitude because you already have it. So just act as if you know it. Trust it. There's just a few grains of sand left in your eye to remove. Get some castor oil. I put castor oil in my eyes just to get rid of cataracts, and it works.
Yeah.
So seriously, though, your third eye is there. It is open. You just have to learn how to recognize the messages and the omens that come your way. The hawk that appears.
And trust what you're hearing is what you're hearing.
Yeah.
That's hard to do sometimes. Yeah.
Being the only one to see something, and it's miraculous that, you know, a wild turkey comes out from underneath the brush and just stands on the side of the road. That was meant for you to look at.
Sure.
You know, and those are the things that will help you understand the messages that come your way.
Yep. All right. Thank you so much. This is a question that we don't usually do, but because it's a new person, we can take a look at it. And I'm mostly doing it because Diana's got the astrological pinpoint, so to speak, about this time period. But Ratatatty says, what's your opinion on the southern states and Texas leaving the United States in April? Do you think this could be the second Civil War? And I say, hey, if they go, they're not going to have anybody that can, they're not going to have any food, you know, if they secede.
And then they'll go into a deep freeze and be in even bigger trouble.
Yeah.
Now, I have not gone that far ahead, but I do know that there is an eclipse on April 8th. That is a big eclipse. The it looks like a crossbow in the sky, and the tail of the crossbow is coming out of the supergalactic center, which is in Libra at 22 degrees. That balance and the fact that the crossbow is there, but the crossbow is in Aries and in that Taurus realm, and there's like all four of the signs at the top of the crossbow have the planets in it. It's like the rest of it, unless you put in all the asteroids, the rest of it doesn't have a whole lot going on. They're all clustered in the top of the crossbow. They might, I don't see them doing that. I don't see them doing that. I see more community-based coming together with this eclipse in April.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it's going to be an easy year. It's just
No, it's going to be a messy year, but we can get through it together. That's true. Mark, anything from you? I know you don't usually read on this stuff.
No. Oh no, I like to read on everything.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay, good. Okay.
I don't ever not read on anything. I mean, it all comes from spirit in the first place, and so I just trust whatever they tell me because I don't know very much about it. So no, they're not going to leave the United States. I did pull a couple of timing cards, and the one says unjustified excitement and fear. So that means it's kind of worrying about something that's not going to happen. And then everything will succeed. So, you know, there are a goodly number of people who are focused on, you know, a lack of source and love in their life and want things to be their ego. You know, it's about their ego, really, fear and all that stuff. But I still feel, and I get it more and more, that they're in the minority, and they can't succeed or they can't leave because there are this many people and there's all these other people going no. So you know they make it, and the media has a lot to do with it. They make it like it's more than it is. You know, like just the nonstop. Trump's going to be the Trump. You know, just he just passed. You know, it's just the nonstop, just attention on him. Where I go, shut up.
I know.
You got it right, Mark.
There's got to be something else besides that person.
Anyway, but it's a lot of fear, and no matter what, I just keep getting. The plan is happening. You know, God's plan, or whatever you like to call that, the universe, whatever. I don't care what you call it. But the earth is going to be a place where, you know, it already is a place where you can manifest and your inspiration. That's what we do here on the earth. We turn it into physical form. But its foundation of its creations will be much more centered in love or soul. Or God, whatever you like to call that. And that's really what this is about. So that when we go forward manifesting, that's in there already. You don't have to work so hard at it. Now, there'll be those that don't want to do it, and that's fine, but they won't be doing that here any longer.
Right.
Now, this might be after work, dead and gone. Because a lot of stuff I get, it seems like it's tomorrow. Because I'm like, yeah, oh boy, the world's all going to be so much better tomorrow. But it's typically a little bit longer than that. So I do think, good's going to win. God's going to, if you're going to look at it like that, it is going to come on top and develop just like it's supposed to. It's always been going thus, always. It's just at a specific time where it's accelerated. And even though I saw some people talking about manifestation, we're going to kind of be agape at things going on. It is also a great time to manifest, especially if you're already consciously focused on love, God, the highest good for myself and everyone else concerned. That's what you want to see. This is a great time to manifest for that, to get that going. Because even though there'll be a lot of things falling, it's a great time to build up if that's your focus. So you can already go, you can be a prequel. You can go ahead and do it. Because I really feel eventually that's, we were talking about the third eye opening.
Yep.
That's where this planet is headed, where the humans naturally use their third eyes. It's just
we don't even have to talk in voices then, right?
Right.
We just
and we did it before on this planet, but it's coming back to that's more of a that we include our spiritual reality in our everyday life. And that's going to be the dominant thing. I don't know if I'll be here. I mean, I might come back for that, but it might be a little longer than my life this time. But I believe it with all my heart and soul. And even when I get nervous, and I do, if I watch the news for too long, I'll immediately get all my buttons pushed. I just have to return to that idea of faith. I have faith in the universe. And I always have. Even though life on the earth has been, crap sometimes. It's been really hard and horrible.
Well, we all have to remember, too, that we actually all volunteered to come here knowing this crap was going to happen.
Right.
And so, we are together, and that gives me a lot of hope, because we are connected. Yeah.
This card sums up what I said, but also how the two of you are adding this, because 6 months from now, it's going to look a whole lot different. April is not 6 months away.
Yeah.
Right.
And 6 is the magic number because a snowflake has 6 points. And it goes through 6 stages before it becomes a snowflake. And community-wise, think of how many snowflakes have to fall to put an inch on the ground, let alone when a whole city is covered in 8 inches of snow. And if we remain calm and step in our light and let our sparkliness glow in the light of the moon when the snow has stopped falling, we're going to see that each one of us as an individual, because no 2 snowflakes are alike, right? Each one of us as individuals,
we're all unique,
brought forward
right,
the valued information to leave shit like that lie.
Perfect. I love it.
Get nervous and frightened. If you return to that center of yourself, return to that belief that you're one with the universe, and that you are dedicated to do the best you're able. The fears just fade away then, because what is that thing from the Bible? You're on the earth, but not of it, or something like that.
Of the earth, right?
So there's all kinds of crap going on that can look so distracting and so horrifying and look like the truth.
Right.
That's when you need to remind yourself what the real truth is and who you truly are. So when you look back within, then that just falls away. Like all of a sudden, that's not your attention anymore. You go. So, and that's always the guidance I get every time.
Yeah.
Really, the job is to realize as fully as you're able who you are. That's really your only job. And regardless of what else is happening, just keep focusing on that as much as you're able, and especially if you get into fear and worry, go back to that. And I know it sounds kind of simplistic, but
we're not spiritual bodies having we're not physical bodies having a spiritual experience. We're spiritual bodies having a physical.
Exactly. I love that.
Yeah. It's just like we have to have something to house that spirit. That's it.
That's it.
Go ahead, Diane.
And this is crazy. I was shuffling, and guess what jumped
Oh,
out?
Came down again.
Just to confirm what the two of you are saying
Excellent.
one more time. Remember this.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I love that.
Yep.
And that uniqueness aspect of that card too, I really like, because each of us has our own unique relationship with the source of life. Now, you can choose to focus in on that and consciously work with it or not. That makes a whole big difference. But it's there whether you choose to focus on it or not. And it's uniquely yours, I feel. A lot of times I think of it as, you know, God was sitting around and all of a sudden you came to mind, and then poof. And it was like, oh, how can this spark translate as me, you know? And that's our opportunity, really.
Absolutely. Wow. Great reading and great question, honestly, because what it did was extrapolate out all these other ideas. And so I appreciate the question. Thank you very much.
Very much.
Yeah. So Veronica wonders if her angels have anything for her today. So I'm going to pull some angel cards. Oh, these are angel cards. I'll use these. All right. Well, these two wanted to come out together.
Veronica.
All right. Okay. So Veronica, I have a point of view. Look at that. It's almost like the push-pull energy. It's like, you know, we can look down and we can look up. It's the push-pull energy. So it says gratitude, assistance, guidance, and understanding. They said, look up when you're feeling down. Look to the sky. And they're also saying to you, it's time to go. And I don't mean it in a bad way. It's transformation, a confirmation. Pack your bags. You're going to have a really good time. It's time to go and time to work on your spiritual presence.
So Zadkiel came in for me.
Okay.
And my view of Zadkiel is that he's the navigator, and you get this time to go card.
Yes.
And what he is saying is that you navigate your own path. So it's up to you to make sure that you keep it on the up and up with that card, with that one head down, and check your ego. Make sure where your ego is. Don't be so down on yourself. Don't think you are not deserving. You are deserving.
Yep. I'm going to also say, Veronica, they want you to give yourself a break a little bit. Don't be your own worst critic, maybe. Kind of pat yourself on the back. They also want you just to approach things, spiritual things and growth and all the stuff going on, with the sense of play, and don't leave the joy and the play out of it, because, you know, we can get real serious about it. And actually, in any kind of creation, manifestation, you want to include joy in it because it just speeds it all up, you know. But anyway, I get the frisky play, time to play, you know. So I have a little more playful attitude as you go forward. That's what the angels are saying. And just to continue to reach for the stars. This is reach for the stars.
Wow.
The kitty cat jumping up. So you are being pushed farther. But remember, the universe won't ever ask you to do something you're not capable of. Sometimes we might not feel like we are, but you are. They do push you past your comfort zone sometimes, or that's been my experience, where I've said, oh, I don't know if I'm able to. And they're, oh, yeah, go. And then I find out, oh, I was able to, even though I didn't know. So they want you to keep reaching, keep going forward, but don't forget to have fun while you're doing it. And in that, you will find your place and what you came here to do. So territorial, find your own place. You'll find your little spot in the litter box, but your own individual spot in expression, you know.
That's awesome.
I don't know why the cat cards wanted to come out for this, but I liked all the messages. It was really good. I like all three of those because, you know, you're on the team together. Let's say that. You say, what are my angels? Yeah, they're right there with you, and you're working together.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Can I ask, Veronica, are you going through something tumultuous right now? I was just shuffling and this card jumped out. This is the Tempest card. And this may be why Zadkiel came in. The biggest problem with this is there's nobody on the helm. This is like take charge of the ship and steer it away from the shoals so that you don't crash.
No finance problem.
You just got to take charge. So that would make sense with the navigator coming in.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Finances. Yep. Thank you, Veronica. Good luck to you, my dear.
The co-creative process. Sometimes they pilot, sometimes you pilot. It's like a co-piloting thing. So sometimes they need you to do the direction part, and sometimes they do. It's a back and forth, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So Charlie C. Sage of Fire, I feel I've come full circle, worked out lots of karma. Ready for my mission? What say you? I love that you're willing. You're like, tell me what to do. Let's see what we can find out for you, Charlie. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Wow. First card I get is Spirit Guide. Listen to your spirit guides. If you can find a way to tap into them, they're ready to work with you. They're ready for your mission. And look, they're all lit up about it. And they're just right there beside you all the time. Blessings are coming your way. If you just open and look, she's holding light in her hands. And so you may actually want to take Reiki, or you may want to do something like that would give you that opportunity. And they're saying prosperity is going to come your way. And just look at that picture. And I know Diana loves it too. It's like all the glitter, all the gold is waiting for you in whatever it is that you're wanting to do on your path. So I'd say, yep. Wow.
Right. They want you to be a little more, or you're a Reiki master. That's great.
She is Reiki master. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
They'd like you to be a little more proactive. So it's your choice. You know, it is free will choice. So choose what you would like to do. If there's, you know, like how to maybe use your Reiki training and stuff like that. First of all, they want to say, yep, they agree with you that you've worked out a lot of karma. Have faith that you have everything you need right now. So you got basically what your question said. I'm ready for my mission. Yep, you are. And then they also wanted to give me solitude card, time to restore. So what they're saying to me is it's a good time to meditate, commune. I think Aley was saying something like that, to communicate with your spirit team and like converse. And even if you just want to imagine you're doing it, you know, I'm just going to sit down quietly. I'll pretend like in my mind that I'm talking to my guides about what is my mission. And we're going to go back and forth. I'm going to say this, and then they're going to, and just have an imaginary conversation, see what comes with it, if that helps you, or go into meditation and talk to them and have them talk back. But, you know, what I was talking about before, the one mission that we really all have, and really why we all came, is that thing I was talking about. It's looking to see how we can more fully realize the God within us made manifest on the earth. We're trying to see how spirit looks made manifest on the earth, how this God-like energy can be in physical form, and then manipulate, because we're manifestors. That's what this physical body does. It automatically does it. It just does it. Now, usually we don't realize it. So it's just creating what our mind is programmed. So it just makes it, you know, then you can be like a misery because you're just thinking, you know, you don't know any different. You think what you were taught to think and all that. But the truth is it's manifesting. It's creating what you think, what you believe. Like that.
So you got to be careful.
Right. And realize it and say, oh, maybe I could be a little better about what I'm choosing to manifest. If I actually become conscious, become a conscious manifester instead of just leaving it up to whatever, it might make a big difference. So I always think that when in doubt, your mission is to more fully realize who you are and your connection with the higher energy. And there's a lot to do to realize that. I always find out I have so much to figure that out. I don't really have a lot of time to,
Yeah.
I end up and I do this and I do feel like it's part of my mission, and I've done readings since the 80s, all that. And I do think it's part of it. But all of that really is to help me realize more fully who I am.
Mhm.
I've learned that I can be of service and stuff. And 30 years taking care of animals at the zoo, I was being of service to the earth and all that. But ultimately, it's about me learning more fully,
Mhm.
who am I? Who are we?
Mhm.
What is going on here? And who knows? But I feel like I get closer and closer to it each and every day. I also
Yep.
feel like with the next day, there's a possibility of getting closer yet. It's sort of non-ending. You just
Yep.
continue to go further and further. But that's kind of what we're here to do.
Mhm. Yep.
Anyway.
Uncanny
wonderful.
because, oops,
Go ahead.
you got the flamingo card. First off, that is stand up tall and proud. And if you've ever watched flamingos together when they're walking in a clutch, one turns his head and the rest of them follow behind. This is telling you, you be the profiler. Let them follow you. Weigh out all that you have gone through, all this karma that you have worked through. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of where you're headed. Be the profiler. Don't worry. Others will understand where you're coming from. That is a healthy ego. And I also got that there is some sort of a charity work you should be doing. And I saw you working with your hands, and I saw soft things. And so I don't know if you are supposed to volunteer to do Reiki maybe in a senior citizens center, where they just go to be entertained for the day, not a housing situation, or maybe in a housing situation. But I do see you doing some sort of a charity work.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I did learned Reiki a long time ago, and then I never much used it. I do a healing, but I usually do it through guidance from the guides, and it's not necessarily Reiki, although I will use Reiki. But I used to use it all the time at the zoo with the animals.
Yeah.
And it was sort of I didn't get anything for it or, like that. But it
Right.
really served them a lot, and they immediately recognized, you will really notice the animal kingdom is able to recognize it a little more readily and easily. I mean, literally, these two jaguars, I remember in particular, where I talked to them and their little bellies were upset, and the female, and so I would do Reiki energy on her stomach at lunchtime. And so she would come in. She was really aware, come in from the exhibit. I said, it's our healing time. She would lay down. I'd go into meditation. She'd roll over and give me her belly. And then I would do the healing on her. And she was just so, first of all, to have a wild jaguar just lay peacefully next to me and just go to sleep while I was doing energy work is unusual. But, and then the male, after about 3 days, he comes in going, hey, what's going on in here? And how come I'm not included? And then he laid down right beside her and put his belly up like I would like the Reiki energies too.
Oh, wow.
I just wanted to share that with you guys about, you never know. You get that training, and, you can also work with plants with Reiki as well. And so, you can do charity work or service. Who knows? There's all kinds of different ways you might do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's very true. Thank you. We have a few more, but we're at the top of the hour. Actually, we had a whole bunch more, but we just can't take them. But there's a few people that have been here right from the beginning. Is that okay? Yeah?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Mark? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Willow Love says, what spiritual gift should I expand on? So. You can sit there as long as you want, but you're not getting fed.
No, that's right.
You do, I know. All right, so Willow Love, I get Archangel Chamul, C-H-A-M, Chamul,
Samuel.
Shama, okay. Which is the color of light green. It says happiness, vibrancy, energy, and hope. I think you could work with children, it looks like. I don't know if you like working with children. Some people don't. I mean, I know I couldn't do it. I'd not be able to, but there's some people that really love it and they love to dedicate their self to it. Even if it was just to give meditation classes to them or if it was something like that. But that's what I get. This angel is bringing the green light and that's heart-centered color. So there you go.
Well, I have the owl and magic transformation.
Okay.
So with the owl, the first thing we know, he is the wise old owl. Also is a card of stillness, just as one day it's magically turned into an orange pumpkin. So there is a need for patience while you do this. And because it's the owl, there's 14 vertebrae in his neck. So let's focus on that 14. Something will occur to you within a 14. I want to say 14 weeks. I know that puts us on a far out there trajectory, but that also gives you time to understand you have to be the ultimate judge of this. You know what it is that your strengths, where your strengths lie. So practicing with that strength, that one thing that is the strongest in you, begins to open up all the rest of the gifts that you have. And kids, I got kids too.
She says she likes kids. Yeah.
Right? I got kids too.
Wow.
So yeah, kids, go, if you aren't already working with them, go to the library and read out loud to kids that go to libraries, because the little ones still go.
Well, first of all, I was just listening before I started looking at cards or anything. And I don't know you, Willow Love, but I feel like your energy naturally has a way of taking the temperature down or bringing like a peaceful energy when things might be a little chaotic or something like that. It just seems like your energy is naturally calming. You're approachable. I can feel quite a bit of, like Earth Mother kind of energy. But if they gave me the Moon and the High Priestess both in a row here. So what I'm hearing from this is you'd be really good at, like, I don't know if you ever even thought about this, but like having a meditation class. And it could be with children, teaching them how to meditate, how to get quiet, how to connect with a higher power, some kind of a class or guidance. I do feel like you'd be good with children for some reason, and mostly because they both drew that. But as they did, I'm going, yeah. But then, like as an outcome, you get the Ace of Wands. So they're going to be presenting you with an opportunity they, being spirit, for service of some sort. Basically what you're asking for. So it's coming. There's going to be some opportunity to do something. I don't know what, but it might be like a volunteer thing. But I feel like you could teach people about their spiritual connection, because you get this moon and the high priestess. So, and you can do it in a way that's palatable, or kind of easy to listen to and understand. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. Now, you know better if that resonates or not, sweetie.
Very cool. Very cool. Nancy Vasquez, let me know if you're here still. Jan's Free, are you still here? And Aaron O'Nugent, are you still here? Those are the ones I have on the queue here from earlier this morning. Or this morning. Yeah, it was this morning. I've been here for 12 hours, you know. Annie is saying we need to have more of this wisdom readings, so to speak. How to manifest things, and how wonderful it would be to do something like that. And I agree. I think it's wonderful. You guys have imparted such wonderful, deep answers this evening. And so, yeah, so think on it. Annie, there, I asked. Jan,
sure.
Okay.
You know, yes to that. Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. So I know this is my name, but Nancy Vasquez was looking for a 2024 reading, and I had accidentally knocked it off. So if you can just run through and give her something here. Yeah.
Is Nancy still here? Do we know? Oh, we don't.
She
know.
is. Yes,
okay.
She is. Yep. And all right. You're welcome, dear. You enjoy the three of us together. Well, thank you. We're glad. We're glad. Jan, thank you. We'll do you next then. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. You shouldn't be sitting on my lap. Oh. I get peace for you, Nancy. I get feeling connected, balanced, doing some clearing and maybe some journey work. But look at it, it's the whole body. It looks like the chakras are aligned, and they're wanting you to recognize that you have the ability to align yourself with peace. And I always ask for peace of mind, always, instead of anything else. I don't want patience. I just want peace of mind. And that comes with whatever it is that we're working on. So I see a very connected, balanced year for you. Thank you.
Oh, it came out again.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
And this, you know, you are an individual in your own right. Don't be afraid to stand out in the crowd. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
You already know what is in your hand, what it is you can manifest for this year. Right? The information is already staring you in front of you. Yes, there are complications, hurdles to get over, but you also got the owl, which brings us back to stillness, waiting. An owl never eats more than he can utilize. So, like, I used to rescue raptors, and hawks and eagles, they will go and eat at opportunity, especially Cooper hawks. But an owl will only eat when he's hungry. So give it time, because that digestion that you're going through will just make it very apparent what it is that is the highest good for you for the whole year. So whatever this little thing is right now, because on the bottom of the deck, we have that Tempest card. You're going to come out of it just fine.
Come on. That's wonderful. Hi, Valerie.
Yeah, I think so too. And um, I feel like, Nancy, you've already done, quite a bit of work on your spiritual part, and that's good. Uh, and just trust that you have that. They give me the Ten of Wands, but I'm thinking it's just to remind you that you don't have to lug it all around with you all the time. You can just trust that it'll be there when you need it. There's a little bit more trust in that. It's great, and they're all nice wands, and he's happy about them, but it can be a little tiring to hang on to all of them all the time. And you might realize you can put a couple down and move forward.
Yeah.
But they give me this card, and this is weird because this isn't even a regular card in the tarot, but it's an extra card that's in this deck, and I never ever pulled it before. It's called Sunrise, but and it's not the Sun card because I pulled that next. So, but what I like about this card, see how that sun is sitting on the Earth's surface?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's talking about that light being anchored into, we're kind of going full circle here, what we started out talking about. The sunrise, it's in a way, it's anchoring onto the earth. And that's going to be part of what's happening in 2024. So
Okay.
we'll be watching this going on, but it's still a time to be active, to create, because you get the sun too. So it's really, even though there's a lot of change and stuff going on, it's a good time to create and keep moving forward. Kind of like what those guys were saying, because you will be moving into calmer waters. That's
Oh, there you go.
There you
go.
we're all headed to calmer waters. Sometimes before you get there, it's like, oh no, we're gonna crash. But no, you're gonna make it. And so it's gonna go along. Everything's good. Works out okay.
That sunrise, doesn't that go with this owl as well? Because
Yes.
that owl is the night creature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. And what's one of the sayings that we have when you get the idea? Comes the dawn, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that card too. Is that like a Native American on that card?
Yes.
Oh yeah, cool.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So everybody, you already know that they think you look like remind you of Nathan Lane. Don't you wish you had his money? Don't you wish you had his money? That'd be nice. Yeah. Two more, you guys. We got Jan's Free and we got Erin. And so Jan's Free, just a message from her spirit team.
I'm going to go to the restroom during this one.
All right, you do it.
Okay.
You do it. I see, Doggy, your Alaska's not behind you. Oh, okay. All right. So what I got for you, Jan, is you are in need of an energy healing. That's what they're telling me. The card has the two hands holding, and look, it's asking you, and look how it's turning green here. That's so funny. It turns green, but energy healing is needed. Holistic well-being, thriving, and vibrant. I think you should book something with some kind of an energy healer. That would really be helpful for you, dear. All right, Jan. Diana. Sorry. The owl.
Okay. We have that owl again.
Okay.
From what Aley is saying, I think you already know that.
Uh-huh.
You're just waiting for the right moment to find the right spirit to help you, right person to help you. And this is your own ability to shapeshift and heal yourself. So it's certainly there's a team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, I didn't even realize that you said that there. There's a team working with you to help you create the transitions. My goodness, it's like their spirit has been just giving me the same cards. There's 28 cards in this deck, and most of what keeps coming out are the same energies for everybody here. So transformation is on its way.
There's a lot of information that's been given today that was for everybody. And that's another reason why I'm glad that we were able to take the time today. So whatever you may have heard was for you, meant to be.
Right, because that snowflake card it's the first card of the deck, but it is the indication of the number 6. And that is a big community, and we are a big community of
We are.
light workers here.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yep.
All right. So, Mark, I just got one more here, and
Okay.
we're done. Anything particularly good or interesting coming my way? Oh, it just depends on your vision. I love that. All right, Erin.
Rub your eyes, here it comes.
Yeah, rub your eyes.
I'll wear my sunglasses at night.
Oh, God. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And she's getting what I gave the Jan, the energy piece.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're wanting you to align yourself and become more peaceful, to become aligned and connected and balanced, and to clear and get your chakras in order. Eat right, I guess, whatever else it is, but to find the peace you need and to trust that it's going to come to you when it's asked for. So
Again, going up,
Yep.
stairway to heaven, going up, alignment,
Yep.
right? One foot
Yep.
follows the other to take you up. Forward movement and self-nurturing in the kangaroo. You cannot move backwards. Even if a kangaroo wants to turn around and go backwards, that's what he has to do. And it's a hop up and a turn, and a hop up and a turn. Before he makes enough of a turn, he has to make a great big arc in order to do that. And through that all, you tame your own inner beast. You become your own magician. Cobra can be tamed. A mongoose needs to have a partner with him, but the magician only needs his flute. And once the cobra has been hypnotized, you put the lid on the basket. What he doesn't see doesn't exist. So your chakra alignment, I mean, we basically, that was chakra alignment right there.
Sure.
You know, because you have to do it starting at the root work, shadow work, start down there.
Yep. I think there's good, there's good. Again, it's kind of a karmic energy that's coming through too. So if you spent a whole lot of time being a jerk, you're going to kind of reap that. If you spend a lot of time doing the best you're able, then you have a much better things coming your way. So you do get the Ace of Cups, which is good. Good energy coming. Don't leave it up to everybody else, though. Choose it. Choose, everybody. Free will choice. So use your free will choice to choose something good. All righty. And so they do give me the Three of Wands, which a lot of times people will call that waiting for your ship to come in. But I'm hearing, don't just sit around waiting. Get up and meet it there. We've got to be a little bit more proactive in this, only in choosing it. Choose to manifest something this coming year. I would pick something, even if it's little, and practice creating what you want. Yeah.
Going up the stairs is the same as swimming to meet it. You've got to go up the stairs to get, the bedroom's up there. You got to go up there to get a rest or to take a shower. So, go to meet it.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Proactive.
All right, Mark. Couple of things. First of all, is Alaska okay? Where is Alaska? They're asking.
She was here at the beginning. She's out on the porch. I hear her.
Okay.
Buttercup too. But just before this, I had a 2-hour Zoom, just a fun talk with my Zoom friend that I haven't talked to in a long, long time. And so they both sat here like I was doing a reading, like they always do. And then it was just a little bit too much. And everybody's ready for dinner, so they're all.
Oh, mine too. Yeah, it's a long day. It's a long day. When will you be on next? When are you coming on Saturday?
Yeah, I took a couple weeks off. I noticed. I hear you guys talking about it. But yeah, I'm planning on getting back up and going regularly. Tomorrow's Saturday. No, tomorrow's Friday. So Saturday I'll be back on doing my regular Saturdays, 4:00 Eastern. Those days are Ask Anything from the Guides days. And then Debbie and I'll be back on this Monday
Monday.
on my channel doing animal readings at 2:00 Eastern. So we'll be back on schedule.
There you go. Yeah. So yes, everybody's loving you and they don't want to miss anything. So
Oh,
they're
that's so sweet, you guys. I love you too.
Annie said that she'll recall the Kentucky National Guard now.
I usually give them like a little message saying I'm going to be gone, but I literally just didn't.
It's okay, Mark. We get it.
Nothing. I'm doing nothing. Okay.
See, but it's nice to know you're loved and missed. So there you go.
I know. It's very sweet.
So thank you so much, Mark. I've missed you, and I'm so happy you came back today. And Diana, what a great addition you are to the panel always.
Oh, thank you.
And,
I love reading with you too today, Diana, because it's our first time together, and I had so much fun.
Thank you. I feel the same way. The clickety clicks were clicking.
There's good synergy. Yeah, there is.
I thought that too. It was very synchronistic, and we were all like in the groove.
You got the groove.
Thank you. Thank you. Woohoo.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Thank everybody also in take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Blessings.